Jeff, obviously, Central Florida has a lot of Disney history, with Walt Disney World being located there. But in the book, you actually suggest that the history goes back much further than most people realize. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, most people have missed a huge chunk of Disney history. If you were to go back and look, you would discover that Walt's parents, Elias and Flora, were actually married here in Central Florida in a little town called Kismet. Kismet doesn't exist, so it is now a ghost town, that goes down in the history of lost places in Central Florida. But what happened is their two families moved this way. Elias followed them here so he could continue a relationship with Flora. They ended up getting married here. And so this is where their life as a couple started, long before Walt came along. And so as they moved away and went other places, part of Flora's family, Walt's grandparents, stayed here in Central Florida area and lived in that Kismet area, which now today is Paisley, Florida, or in that particular area. And so, and this is where they made their home until they died. And so Walt and Roy actually came back and visited Central Florida and spent part of each summer here as boys. And so they were around Central Florida a lot. And so the connection that Walt had as he was looking for property, I know he looked all over the country, and Disney history kind of grabs that and says that he was looking at a lot of different places. But Central Florida was a natural pull for Walt because he had a lot of experience here, and he had some memories here even as a child that he could draw back on, and so it wasn't that foreign to him to pick Central Florida.
Right. Well, why do most people not make that early connection between Disney and Central Florida?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of Walt's life has been captured. Disney history has been really created by the Walt Disney Company. And the story that you get about Walt's life, the official stories that you get, really are driven by the Disney family, as they should be, but also the Disney Company. And so Walt, especially after Disneyland hit and he became just kind of the king of Hollywood, they really did push and create that storyline. And so we know a lot about Walt's life in Kansas City. We know a lot about his background in Marceline when he was a little bitty boy in Missouri and what that looked like, because they were formative years for him. But a lot of that history where he dealt with grandparents and things like that, that's just kind of lost in that big mix of a guy's life, because it really didn't have those really anchor points that were connected to the movies and the theme parks. And I think that's why it's missed.